Hey guys, welcome to the reading. Here I've got a reading for the Divine Masculine, and this is going to be up until the end of March. This reading is up until, it's just a reflection of the energies up from now until the end of the month. So let me explain a little bit about what's going on. I've got kind of where the Divine Masculine has been, where he is right now, where he's kind of currently heading towards with regards to the energies, some advice, and how he's feeling towards the relationship. Over here, I've got what he would like to say or communicate to the Divine Feminine. And here, I've got some challenges. For this part and this part, I just wanted to draw one card, but two cards seemed very, very intent on jumping out for both of those pieces. Here I've got what the Divine Masculine's been doing really well and the underlying energy for the reading. So let's go in like a chronological kind of order. So let's start with what the Divine Masculine has been feeling up until now and has kind of let go of a little bit. And you can see it's heartbreak. I really like this actually. I really like this progression, because what it's basically saying is all the pain, all the heartbreak, all the grief, all the kind of guilt and shame and all sorts of other bad things that he could have been feeling with regards to the relationship, because this is a love spread. It's kind of gone now. You can see the rain coming down, kind of clearing away all of that stuff. And the rain also signifies like emotion. That's kind of freed up the heart space a lot more now, so that the energies can flow. And if we move up to where he is right now, he's actually feeling very, very positive with regards to the relationship. He actually realizes that what he had with Divine Feminine was special. So Divine Masculines, I don't know why I'm saying he, I'm going to start saying you. You can also see here that you've got the man's got his arms folded in front of his chest, in front of his heart area, and that is the infinity symbol, the twin flame symbol. So he's kind of beginning to realize, or he has realized, that the true nature of this relationship, how special it is. He's thinking about all the good times, focusing on the positives. Before he was focusing on the negatives. That's gone now. Space has been cleared for all that good, positive, more divine energy to kind of come in. So masculines, if you're feeling that, go with it, be brave, really kind of let that kind of good energy nourish you. And up here you can see, staying with that thread, where the energies are most likely to take you is towards the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, this is a card of manifestation. Excuse me, I'm going to bring your attention to the top here. It's all wands. This top line is all wands. It's all about manifestation and you kind of creating what you want for yourself and really being like that knight in shining armor. To me, the Knight of Wands is the most manly of all the knights, and he's a very fast moving one. Him and the Knight of Swords, very, very fast moving. Excuse me. And you can see here that he's kind of looking towards this direction, and this is the Divine Masculine. This is the Divine Feminine on the opposite side, and you can see how he's kind of going towards himself. And what that means, he's also going towards the King here, the King of Pentacles, which is the advice card. Let me quickly talk about this King of Pentacles. You can see that he's a very, very, very prosperous, materially successful king. He's got his massive castle in the background. He's got his pentacle, his coin that he's holding on to. And you can see all these plants and all these riches around him. There's so much gold in this card. It's very much to do with material stability. This guy's totally at the top of his game. And as an advice card, what it means is that everyone who resonates with the Divine Masculine, holding that energy, you've got to it's really, really, really going to do you a lot of benefit right now to really work on things that are practical, things that are to do with your material stability, so your career, your home situation, any legal battles that you've got to, you know, sort out right now. Get all of your practical, mundane affairs in order. That's going to really kind of increase your self-esteem, and also kind of, you know, not even that you have a problem with your self-esteem, but it will give you so much joy and confidence. And it's also going to free up a lot of space so that you don't have to think about that stuff anymore. So you're setting a good foundation, and once you set that foundation, that gives you the space, and that will, you know, give you the possibility, clear the way for you to kind of really spring into things that you really, really want to do. So and you're also really manifesting, kind of imagining yourself to be the King of Pentacles, the guy that is on top of his game in terms of his career, the guy that is on top of his game in terms of all his personal affairs and his practical kind of, you know, if you think about the traditional role of the man as the provider, the masculine as the provider, you know, it's going to make you feel great if you can really feel like you are that really super alpha provider almost sort of thing. So work on that, and that's what you're manifesting, you're capable of manifesting right now if you make the most of the energies that are available. So really be that knight, really take action, or start to take action, start planning how you're going to do it. So it's a lot to do with planning. Actually, the advice is to think of a strategy. I'm getting strategy from this. Because it's a love reading, it could be a strategy as to how to best prepare to approach your divine feminine or offer her something. Because if you look at all the cards here, they're all facing this way, except for this one, which you've got to kind of do that and come round. You've got to look at yourself before you can kind of like start to give, because you know you can't pour from an empty cup after all. See, which ties in beautifully with the Nine of Cups as well. So that's what's kind of happening. Really kind of where you are in terms of how you feel towards the relationship, you're at this kind of Page of Pentacles kind of place where, yeah, you're starting to kind of give a little bit, and you want to be able to give everything, like material riches, like stability, all that good stuff to the relationship. And dare I say it, it's in kind of like a slightly kind of immature kind of stage at the moment, or a very kind of young juvenile stage. So, you know, you want to be the king right now. Maybe you only feel like you're the Page of Pentacles, but the more you kind of work on yourself, nourish yourself, and this is how you'll do it. You'll do it by being practical, really, really being in that very kind of masculine energy of being grounded, of being practical, and of working really hard and manifesting. It will emotionally fulfill you, and the more you do that, the more you will be able to offer the divine feminine. What you want to say to the divine feminine right now is, you're feeling a bit like this. You're feeling a bit like, hey, I've got all this amazing stuff that I'm going to give you, and I'm carrying it all by myself, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I can't really see where I'm going. You know, can you see that he's kind of veering off course a little bit almost, because he can't really see where he's going, so he's a little bit unsure. But what he wants to be, and where he will be, if he does all of this, is he's going to be the Six of Wands, which is, you know, the guy, he's on his horse, he's not walking and struggling by himself. He's got all of these, you know, people that who are there to support him. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's family, maybe it's workers, co-workers, or employees that are all helping him. And all of this stuff, he's still delivering everything to the divine feminine, but can you see how he's really, really cherry picked what he wants to personally give her with his own hand? And it's a super efficient way. Like, can you see directly going towards the divine feminine? While he's here, he's going towards himself to kind of come back this way. You can see that there's a bit of an angle there, but here the guy is just facing directly towards the divine feminine. But by hook or by crook, he's saying, look, I'm coming, and I'm gonna make it up to you. I've got all this amazing stuff that I'm gonna give you, and you're gonna love it. So by hook or by crook, even if he has to do it by himself, which he's doing at the moment, he will. But, you know, ideally, everyone else, friends, family, whatever, come with him. You know, pets too. You've got the white steed. So that's all really, really good. Now, in terms of challenges, what do we have here? We've got the Chariot and we've got the Lovers. So with the Chariot, these are things to watch out for, and basically The Chariot here is points to a lack of stability, a lack of kind of maybe, dare I say, confidence, a little bit of like fear. So he really, really wants to rush in, but he's afraid. And what he really, really wants is to be the lovers, and he's afraid that he won't get that. And the more that you focus on these things, the more that you'll manifest them. But it's very, very, very easy to kind of rectify that, and it's just by reframing it. Because if you just flip it, you've got the Chariot and you've got the lovers. So I'm just going to do that really quickly, because if you just flip it, masculines, you can go straight ahead for what you really, really, really want. And that's how you'll actually get it. The more you do this, the more this will happen. So you've just got to keep going. Just keep going like you want to, and it will happen. So just get rid of the fears. That's all you need to do. Have a little bit of self-belief. You know, really, really, really picture yourself as the King of Pentacles. And that will get you where you want to be, which is this. This is what you really want. This is your biggest desire and also your biggest fear. And you want to be like this guy who looks like such a boss. This is the card of Cancer, the crab. And, it's you can see he's got his two Sphinx things here, and they are representing kind of the balance between the dark and the light. So they can be perfectly balanced. You know, Cancer is a very, very determined sign, and it's a sign that can really, really excel in its field, as long as it doesn't lose its balance and retreat. But he's not retreating. He's very, very solid, and he's got everything to go for, and he's got such a face of determination, and he's going to go for it. And we've got the imagery of the moon and also of the sun. So I feel like a lot is going to happen in the next kind of moon cycle. If you just really, really focus on, on what you want and how and your determination to get there. Don't let that turn into a fear, and you'll get it. So I also want to talk about this card, which is what the masculine has been doing really, really well up until recently. And you can see it's the Hermit. So the masculine, you've been looking at yourself a lot and shining the light on places where there was darkness within yourself, and you've done that really, really well, which is why you've moved from there to there. And that's giving you, the possibility to really kind of like carry on looking at yourself, but in a much, much, much more dynamic way. So where the Hermit was kind of quite somber before, the Knight of Wands, it's all about creating. The Hermit was all about illuminating things, accepting things, and you can only really change what you've accepted. So you've done that really, really well. You're looking on the positive side, and you now are at a stage where you can really, really create, and you can create wonderful things for yourself. There's absolutely nothing stopping you creating the life that you want, which is to be the King of Pentacles. That again will feed you emotionally, and you'll be able to give some of that love to the Divine Feminine, and of course manifest way more. The Divine Masculine wants to basically create, you want to create everything with this person, with your your divine counterpart, and you're so afraid of going for it, just in case, you're so afraid of putting in all this effort and then having that go to waste. You're so afraid of trusting this person and having the relationship not work for whatever reason. But all you have to do in order to get what you want is just reframe. And instead of thinking you have everything to lose, think that you have everything to play for. And if you don't play for it, that's the real loss. Okay, the real loss is you not going for it. So well done for you can see all the massive progress that's been made, the massive potential that there is, and the underlying energy for you is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, looking towards the feminine. And he's a very, very slow moving knight. In fact, he's not actually moving at all. What he's doing right now is he's moving. He's started giving that pentacle, which and the pentacles, I also have to say, the pentacles is you know, it's the most earthy of all the suits. It's the most 3D as well because it's earth. It's the most gross, as in the least subtle. So this really does signify kind of making the desires concrete, like it's a physical kind of union that the masculine is thinking of creating. He wants it all. He wants to be the king. He's starting right now. He's just the page. He's starting to get that going, but the underlying energy is of the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is very, very, very creative and it's very, very real. I feel like this is the spine that's kind of really going through the reading, and it's like the axis which everything's kind of revolving around, and it's really time for things to get real, physical, that we can actually see and touch and hold and experience with our earthly bodies. So really, really good stuff. So he's just starting to, you know, get to grips with it and hand it, and he's kind of just surveying his terrain at the moment. He knows that this is what has to be done. He's just figuring out the best way to do it. So really, really great stuff. Don't forget that we've got some massive retrogrades and other things happening in April, and these next 2 weeks are going to be a fantastic time to just work on yourself a little bit more and get planning. If you really want to, like, you know, masculines, like, get back in contact with that person, just send them like a light-hearted message, like nothing too intense. You know, this is a Page of Pentacles energy that I'm talking about. Forget those fears, just go for it. Go for it, play hard. Don't play hard to get, just play hard. You know, go out there and do your best, and be assured of success in your own mind, because you have to have faith. Everything that we do requires faith. You know, I love to, you know, to say, if you don't have faith that you're going to get to the shop, you're not going to leave your house. For even such a small thing, you need faith to do it. So get rid of all those religious connotations and stuff. Faith is all about kind of having faith in yourself and your own abilities, and just playing the game. So yeah, make sure you focus on all the things that you want, because they're totally, totally, totally within. They're so close. You have no idea how close they are. They are right there, ready for you to just go and claim, to go and pluck them, you know, from from wherever. So great stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found that helpful. And yeah, stay tuned for the next reading. I know that I don't actually take personal readings at the moment because, yeah, I've got a lot going on. I'm actually in the middle of moving countries. But if you would like to get in touch, do email me at 1111queenofheaven@gmail.com. And I am working on lots and lots of goodies for my website. Like, there'll be meditations, there'll be other like courses and stuff like that for you to do. Because my big passion is yoga and Eastern philosophy, etc., etc. Okay, enjoy, and I will speak to you next time, guys. Bye.